So, I've had this tree on my wall for several years now. I put it up one year and then just never took it down. It has suffered some permutations over the years. It originally had just a tasteful origami star at the top that I'd made. But then one year my mother decided that she preferred this bowl sack to be topping the tree, so that's what we have now. And I thought, a lot of people don't have the space or money or desire to install an actual tree, but they might still want a tree. So last year I did festive ceiling decoration. I figured this year, why don't I do festive wall decoration? So today I'm going to share with you how I made this tree. So if you want to, you can make one as well. What you'll need: first, some kind of garland. You can use a heavy garland like what I used for my tree, or you could just use tinsel. You could use popcorn on a string. I'm pretty sure anything would work. Just use non-perishables, I guess. Second, something with which to attach the garland to the wall. Now, since I used a fairly heavy garland for my tree, I used heavy pins. But if you're just going to be using tinsel, then needles will work just fine, assuming you have wallpaper. If your walls are painted, then you can use adhesive tape or duct tape. If you don't want to damage the garland with the tape, then you can use little pieces of string or thread or rope. Tie them around the garland and then attach the string to the wall, and that way you won't damage the garland. If you absolutely cannot modify the walls where you live, like if you're in a dorm or in a rented apartment, then you can use painter's tape, which is tape that does not leave any residue behind when you remove it. The only problem is that it's not really designed to hold down anything heavy, so if you're going to use a heavy garland, it's probably going to fall. But it might work just fine with tinsel. And you could also assemble this tree on a curtain. If you do that, then use safety pins. And third, if you want to decorate your tree somehow, then use some kind of decorations, like this ball sack, or maybe just some paper snowflakes. Okay, let's assemble. So you can make a tree on the wall from one really long garland, but I'm actually going to be using two, and that makes it a lot easier. If you're just going to be using tinsel, then just get two pieces of tinsel of approximately the same length, and they don't even have to be the same color. Okay, so the bigger your garland is, the bigger you can make your tree. Since I have like a 9-yard garland, I'm gonna go all out. So the first thing you do is find your center and then pin that center to the wall. Okay, now measure approximately the same length of garland on both sides of the center, let them dip a little, and attach to the wall. Something you can do if you want to make your tree perfectly symmetrical is just put the pins into the wall at the exact points where you want to attach the garland, and then just put the garland over those spots. But I'm doing things the hard way because I hate measuring. Okay, that's the first section of the tree. Now repeat with the second section. Now, arguably the easiest part, doing the bottom section of the tree with the second garland. So first, you just attach the ends of the second garland to the ends of the first garland. And now the completion. So this obviously came out quite large because the garland was huge. If you want a smaller tree, just use a smaller garland or fold your garland in half. There are so many different ways you can do this. You can use garlands of the same color or two different garlands, or you can even make each section of the tree a different color. Have fun with it, make it your own. Happy holidays. Thank you for watching.